It's the Half Hour Wasted Legion of Dudes Extended Edition podcast. This is Jordan from Jersey from the Legion of Dudes, and this is what I thought of Lost Season 6, Episode 15, Across the Sea. That's right, folks, the episode we've been waiting a long time for. That answered questions that date back to nearly the first episode of the entire series. That episode aired tonight. That's right, tonight we got the Jacob / Man in Black, that's right, no name still, flashback episode, and it was pretty darn incredible. Now, if you want to hear all my thoughts in depth, you're going to want to check out hhwlod.com tomorrow to hear our Lost podcast, which we just got done recording, but I'll give you all the bullet points and some of the highlights from the episode right now. So this episode takes place exclusively on the island, and exclusively in, let's say, the 1300s area, vaguely. I'm sure someone will correct me with a very specific date of this is when they were speaking Latin, but somewhere before anything else we've really seen on the show, Jacob and his brother are born on the island. Their mother is promptly killed by a woman who pretends to be their mother for the next 13 years, and pretty much the rest of her life. And we get to find out exactly why the Man in Black and Jacob are the people that they are. So what are some of the answers we got to see tonight? Well, a lot of them weren't so much answers as they were not even explanations, just here's what it is. Not here why it is, not here's how it works, but just here's what it is. And I think that works very well. Some of these things, if you tried to explain it, it would just sound stupid, or it would be a very technical explanation, or the answer would just be, hey, it's magic. And quite frankly, the way they did it tonight, I think was perfect. So what are they protecting on the island? It's a light, and we've seen this light before. It's the electromagnetic power that's behind the frozen donkey wheel that came out when the swan hatch exploded. It's just a light, the warmest, brightest light you've ever felt, as their fake mother explains to Jacob and Man in Black. The frozen donkey wheel, hey, that was constructed by the Man in Black and his people. How did the smoke monster come to be? Well, Jacob threw his brother down into the light, and he came out a smoke monster, and his body just kind of drifted off into the stream. Who are Adam and Eve, the skeletons from the 3rd or 4th episode of the series? Well, it's the Man in Black's body and his fake mother. Where did Dogan and Richard get that dagger in the first place? Oh, it was the Man in Black's, and he killed his mother, or fake mother, with it. Really, there is a lot to take in from this episode. It was very awesome. I can't wait to see what happens next week. But this episode, as its own universe, its own microcosm of the show, worked so well, and I was very impressed with it. I don't know that you can go and show someone this episode and be like, this is what Lost is, because it's not. But at the same time, it so encapsulates, can't talk tonight, I'm very tired, sorry, everything that the show is about. It was just a very cool hour of television. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be very upset with this episode because the explanation was magical, mystical, supernatural, and not scientific. Well, you know what? If you didn't see that coming, sorry. Yes, I know, way back in Season 1, the producer said everything on the island has a scientific explanation, or something along those lines, and it's been quoted for years. But did you really seriously think they were going to stick with that, even over the last few seasons? Seriously? Because, yeah, I just don't see that ever happening, and from this episode, it ain't ever gonna happen, because the island is magical. And now, granted, magic is just science that we don't understand yet, as has been said throughout history, or in fiction, or in a comic book somewhere, I forget. But, the island's magic, deal with it. My only complaint about the episode, and it's kind of a big complaint, is that we still don't have a name for the Man in Black. Are you serious? You serious? Now look, I understand. They've built it up to a point where it's almost any name would be disappointing. But referring to a character as the Man in Black over and over again gets really annoying, especially when I just recorded an hour and 10-minute long podcast where I had to say the name, 50, 60 times. You couldn't just give me Steve, or Joe, or Skippy, something. I would have preferred any name, and hopefully we still get one at the end of the series. Something, because just seriously no name. Or to say that he has no name, that would be fine too. Granted, his real mother did not name him, but presumably he had a name. right? Something, please tell me he had a name. Look, I mean, I'm fine if he has no name, but they either need to specifically say he has no name, or this is his name, because just him having a name and us never finding it out, that's just kind of annoying. But anyway, I need to get to bed, so check out hhwlod.com tomorrow for our full Lost discussion. It's like an hour long. You get all kinds of in-depth talk and theorizing and nitpicking and all that kind of stuff that you know and love. Check out hhwlod.com. This is Jordan from Jersey with Legion of Dudes. Have a good night. Next week is the end of Lost, so yeah, coming to terms with that, it's going to be difficult. Bye. It's the Half Hour Wasted Legion of Dudes Extended Edition podcast.